Hi everyone, this is Amy. Welcome to my channel. If you've watched my channel before, you might remember Peyton.
Hi, my name is Peyton.
I've taken intense dives into her pre-preliminary and preliminary moves in the field, or what will soon be called skating skills tests. If you missed those videos, there's a link in the description down below. Peyton recently turned 21. She's now qualified to take adult tests. She just took her first singles free skate test.
Free bronze adult free skate. That's right. Yep, thank you.
She passed her test. I thought it would be helpful to many of you for us to review her test so that you know what to expect when you're preparing for your own adult pre-bronze singles free skate test. Adult pre-bronze is the first singles free skating test in the adult track. These tests are designed to assist with the development of the skater. This is true of the adult and the standard track. If you test as an adult, you must be at least 21 years old. I've said it before, it can sometimes be confusing. You can compete as a young adult at 18. To learn to skate, the adult track begins at age 15. To test as an adult, you must be at least 21 years old. Before you can test your adult pre-bronze free skating, you must pass your adult pre-bronze moves in the field, what's going to be called skating skills. Or if you're crossing over from the standard track, you must pass your pre-preliminary moves or skating skills. You can take your adult pre-bronze and pre-preliminary free skate test, what we call in isolation, where you perform each element outside of a program. Or you can perform these tests as a program without music. Or you may perform it as a program with music. I suggest that my skaters perform the test as a program with music. This is how Peyton took her test, with the elements in a program with music. It is helpful to have passed your adult bronze or preliminary moves / skating skills if you're crossing over from the standard track, especially if you're competing and or testing your free skate with music. Here's why. If you're competing or even just testing using a program with or without music, mastering the moves in the adult bronze skating skills provides you with better skating skills that you can leverage when designing your program. Plus, having the skills you acquire from more advanced moves will make your skating appear smoother with continuous flow. Moves or skating skills provide the building blocks for balance, use of the blade, control of body rotation, or checking ability, body line to full extension, increasing speed and power, and accuracy of placement of pattern. The adult pre-bronze singles free skate test aims to encourage beginning adult skaters to learn the fundamentals of free skating. No great deal of technical ability, carriage, or flow is expected. The candidate must show knowledge of the elements, reasonably good edges, and some evidence of good form. While the expectations for the adult pre-bronze singles free skate align with the standard track pre-preliminary, there are some differences. As specified in Rule 6561, the skater must successfully complete the following required elements, either as isolated elements or in a program with or without music. Adult pre-bronze singles free skate requires 2 different half or single jumps. In contrast, pre-preliminary singles free skate requires 5 jump elements. 1 must be a waltz jump or an axel, and only 2 may be half jumps. Required jumps may be performed as solo jumps or as part of a permitted jump combination or sequence, but no jump element may count for more than 1 of the jump elements. In adult pre-bronze singles free skate, steps are only required if a program is performed. In that case, connecting steps throughout the program are required. However, with the pre-preliminary free skate test, a half ice step sequence is required. The spins are similar in pre-bronze and pre-preliminary. Both require 2 spins of a different character, one of which may be a 2-foot spin. For both pre-bronze and pre-preliminary free skate, a backward upright 1-foot spin is considered of a different character than a forward upright 1-foot spin. Both spins may change feet and positions and may start with a flying entry. Suppose you perform a sit spin or a camel. In that case, the position must be recognizable, but it does not need to achieve a basic position as defined in Rule 6103. The program duration is the same for both adult pre-bronze and pre-preliminary. 1 minute 40 seconds maximum if a program is performed with music. You may remember that Peyton began her skating journey at age 17, so taking her singles free skate test in the adult track is much more achievable for her. If performed as a program, as you will see Peyton do, extra elements may be be added without penalty. 2 different elements may be reskated if necessary. That's if you're taking an in-person test. Program duration in excess and or inclusion of illegal elements. No deductions, but judges are asked to make notes in the comment section. Pre-bronze and pre-preliminary are both marked on a pass or retry basis. However, you may also pass with honors. Marking is always relative to test level expectation and the passing average for each level. Judges consider the difficulty and quality of your elements performed, the quality of your skating, and the quality of the program presentation relative to the test level and passing average. Peyton took her test virtually. Virtual testing was initially improved as a fixed-term pandemic accommodation. It's now a standard available option. Skaters can now choose in-person or virtual testing, whatever works best for their schedule or their preferences. Peyton is a full-time college student, so her schedule is pretty busy with her coursework. In fact, she really only has time to skate over her school breaks. We put this program together for her test in only 1 week, so a virtual test was a much better fit for Peyton. Virtual tests are subject to the protocols defined in requirements, and you must have met the prerequisites for the test by the date the test is skated. Each test may be executed in one continuous video without stopping the video. The person taking the video should stand near center ice next to the boards on the judge's side with the camera up higher than the boards so that all corners of the rink can be captured, and attempt to reduce obstructions as much as possible. The skater should be framed head to toe in the center of the screen. The test candidate must be clearly identifiable in the video and free from other skaters interfering with the test. No more than 8 skaters may be on the ice when filming a virtual test. Restarts and reskates are not permitted for virtual testing. That's because you can film a virtual test as many times as you need to, as long as you do not modify or edit the video. If Peyton had taken this test in person, she would have had the opportunity to reskate up to 2 different elements if the judge requested her to do so. A performance affidavit stating that the video is in its original format and has not been altered in any way must also be signed by the test candidate, the coach, the videographer, and a test proctor. You need to send that in with your video submission. Any video submitted that is found to have been edited or modified from its original format will invalidate the test. Videos must have been taken within 30 days of the test submission deadline. If you're looking to take a test virtually, here are some other tips. Videos must be shot in landscape, so you'll have to turn it sideways if you're using your phone. Preferred quality is at least 1080p 60, but it must be a minimum 720p 60. Videos that are less than 720p will not be accepted. I film all virtual tests in 4K. I use a GoPro Hero 10 Black and a Sony ZV-E10 because they have in-camera stability. I use my Sony ZV-E10 for this test. If you don't have a camera that can stabilize within the camera, use a gimbal, tripod, or a steady mount. You must include a timestamp at the beginning of the video. The easiest way to do this is to just use your phone and have the skater introduce themselves as they would introduce themselves to the judge when taking an in-person test.
Hi, my name is Peyton. I'm a representative of the skating club in New York.
I found from talking with judges that they actually do prefer that. It's best to try to record one run-through video where a skater performs the entire performance so that you can get comfortable with the flow of the program and how to film it. Then watch it back and see how the recording looks. And then make adjustments accordingly when you shoot the final video. It is important to keep the frame clear of other skaters and ensure that there isn't any excessive noise. I actually had a better test recorded, but another skater got right in front of the camera as Peyton was executing her toe loop. I had to scrap that one. So if you're a skater and you see somebody taking a video of a test, be aware of that and try not to get in the way. Just saying. All other test rules remain intact. Okay, with all that out of the way, let's get into the test. As mentioned earlier, Peyton did skate this with music. However, because this is YouTube, I may have to lower the music, cut it out, or something so that my channel doesn't receive a copyright strike. The joys of YouTube, here we go. The judge didn't provide us with a lot of comments. She counted her Salchow as the first jump element and marked it with a check minus. That was a relief to me, as you probably noticed, Peyton uses an untraditional approach to the Salchow. Some judges have difficulty recognizing that. That said, the edges are what define a Salchow, not the entrance. If it takes off from the backward inside edge and lands on the backward outside edge of the other foot, it's a Salchow. This is actually a technique that I learned from Olympic coach Corey Aid.
Your heel was in the lead. That's how you know it was a Salchow.
This approach is most often done by higher level skaters working on triples and quads. However, there isn't any reason a lower level skater can't use the same technique for singles and doubles. By the way, I'm planning to do an entire video on that technique for the Salchow, because when I posted my last video about jumps, I got some questions asking about that particular entrance. So be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so that you don't miss that video when I post it. Anyway, this judge recognized her Salchow. Yay! The judge counted her toe loop as her second jump and marked it with a check mark. She approached her toe loop with an untraditional entrance as well, from a back spiral. The judge also noted her Waltz jump sequence in the comment section. And you'll notice a less than sign appear over by the required elements. That's a downgraded symbol for being short of a revolution. It's difficult to tell which jump that's for because of where it is on the paper. Considering she was given a check minus for the Salchow, I'm guessing it's for the Salchow. Peyton also has additional jumps as well. She did a Salchow-Toe loop combo, but that was an extra added element. So she wasn't penalized for adding that additional element, but she won't receive any credit for it either. For her spins, the judge noted that Peyton had the two required. One was a 2-foot upright. The other was a 1-foot upright. Both received check marks, and the judge commented, "Nice spins." The judge checked off her connecting steps. There were not any other additional remarks. So Peyton passed the adult pre-bronze singles free skate test. Congratulations, Peyton. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and share it with somebody else you think it could help. Just post it to your social media too. If you have any questions I didn't address, please leave me a comment. I always try to respond to all my comments. Remember, I post videos every week that can help you with your figure skating, your fitness, nutrition, and ultimately help you live a better life. So remember to subscribe and ring the bell so that you never miss a video. This is Amy. Happy skating. I will see you real soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.